Hi, all you YouTube subscribers. I am so glad that you have subscribed to my channel and that you must have liked something you heard at one point, and therefore you're kind of seeing what I'm posting now. I have a special invitation for you who have subscribed to my channel. Over a year ago, well over a year ago, I had a trip planned for Israel for February of 2025. And of course, the war broke out after I had planned my trip, and all that got canceled and put on hold and kind of fell apart because of the war. I had a chance because I had a trip booked. I had a chance to go in November to check it out, see if it's safe, see what it was like. It was an incredible experience. And I came back from that. And as things kind of rolled around and worked out, and as the ceasefire has come into play, as Hezbollah has kind of ended, Israel is a lot more safe now. And I was contacted again by the Phillips House Tour Company. We talked about our trip rolling out to May. And so I have now would love to invite you to come with Israel with me this May. I have room for about 30 people. 15 are already in. And so I want to give those of you who subscribe to my channel a chance to take one of the last 15 slots. If you want to know about it, you go to gatheringhouse.org. And there you can find our church website, gatheringhouse.org, and it's going to look like this. That's our church website, looks like that. Picture of our glass front of our church coffee shop on the front there. And then you scroll down and you will see a picture of me here at En Gedi that was taken actually just this last November. And that's the place where David hid out from King Saul and cut the hem of his garment, if you know that story, which was pretty incredible place to be. Right at the bottom of that is a link. And the link will take you to my particular site in partnership with Phillips House, where you will see the price tag for this particular trip for an 11-day trip. Flight will be in addition to that. A little bit of tip money and a little bit of lunch money, another couple $100 for those things. But your flights might be coming from all over the world. I got people already coming from North Carolina and Texas and other places. So where your flight is will determine that. So that would be added on. But you can look at the itinerary and check out the nights for staying. Mostly we'll stay in a hotel for 6 nights in Jerusalem, 2 nights in Galilee. We'll be moving around as we go, but coming back to the same hotel is the idea behind that. And you can check out or download the brochure to see the entire itinerary. Look it over, take a look, see if you would like to go with me. I can tell you that I picked this particular company because I didn't want to just go to Israel. Like I've done trips before. You get on a bus, you roll through a site, you hear a guide talk, you roll back on the bus, you get on it, and you do that. And you never meet anybody. You don't feel like you're getting any spiritual experience. And I wanted to pick one that was a little different. I wanted to say, look, can we slow it down a little bit? Can we know each other a little bit better on the bus? Keep the group smaller. 30 people was perfect. And we kind of know each other to start with, or we can get to know each other easier on that trip. And then also, I wanted to meet locals. I didn't want to just do a trip where you never touch base with any local people. You just go to tourist trap sites and off you go. You see a historic site and a tourist trap site, and then you're gone again. I wanted to meet local people. So Phillips House, the beautiful thing about what they do is they designed this trip to meet local people. So I know that when we were down near Gaza, we went to a place called Sarot, but its nickname is actually City of Death, because for years and years, rockets have been flying from Hamas, targeting that city. They've been using that city as target practice to try to zero in on certain buildings. The Israelis had to build bomb shelters every 300 meters. And so when the sirens went off, the citizens of that town knew that you had 9 seconds to get to a bomb shelter, hoping you wouldn't get hit by a rocket. And that's the way they've been living for all of these years. And since the war's broken out, those rockets are no longer flying. And a Messianic Jewish guy planted a church there. And in contrast to the nickname of the city, he called his church City of Life Church in Sorot. And it was really cool to meet him, see the work that they were doing, pray with him, just see the incredible stuff. Phenomenal. We met a young Palestinian girl who was raised full-on hardcore Jew-hating Muslim, and she ended up coming to meet Jesus as a Muslim girl and is now a worship leader at a local congregation in Jerusalem. She's going to stay down on the low profile because of just family issues and whatnot, as you can imagine. And we got to have lunch with her one day sitting in a cafe, and she told her story, and wow, it was jaw-droppingly phenomenal. And when she was done, it was like you had to stand to your feet and just cheer. It was such an incredible testimony. And on this trip, we will spend another afternoon having lunch with her again. We didn't get up to Galilee because it wasn't safe at the time, but this particular trip in May will get to Galilee. And I know, like, when we're in the area of Nazareth, there's an Arab Christian who pastors a church there, and he will actually be our guide for that day. He will take us around and show us his hometown, which is also the hometown of Jesus. So these are the kind of things that we'll be doing, in addition to seeing historic sites like the Temple Mount. Shiloh, or Shiloh as we Americans call it, the site where the tabernacle stood for 300 years, get down to the Dead Sea, some other things, an 11-day incredible tour. I can tell you, as a person who studied really since I was a teenager, as a kid, I was hearing the stories, but seriously studying Bible since a teenager, it was phenomenal to be there, to experience the land, to experience the people. When we were there in November, the Israeli people were like, "Why are you here? What are you doing here, you crazy people?" And we were all like, because we were people who were going to lead tours later, we were like, "Well, we just want to come to show you that in spite of all that's going on, there are actually millions of Americans who do support Israel. We don't like the war either, but we support Israel." And they burst into tears. It was incredible. I could tell you a story sometime about some teenagers I met in the Springs of Engedi that was incredible. Anyway, I want you to come. I got 15 slots still open, and I would love for one of you to come, for a few of you to join in. We'll get to know each other. I'm actually a pretty fun guy offline too. I mean, in spite of my teaching stuff, I can tell great stories, and I'm really good offline as well. I think you would have a blast traveling with me to Israel over 11 days. So gatheringhouse.org, and check out that site. And if you want to email me and ask some personal questions about it and maybe find out a little bit more, rob@gatheringhouse.org would be a good email to use. Info@robbryson.com would be another one. Of course, you have to spell my name right. Rob Bryson, info@robbryson.com. And you can email me that way as well. And I'd love to hear more about what you might think or questions you might have about the trip. Don't bother being a troll. I won't bother reading that nastiness. But anyhow, I'm sure if you subscribe to my channel, you're going to be a cool person. So let me know what you think, and if you're interested, and let's go to Israel together. God bless you.